Good evening to those of you here and everybody at home watching. I am calling to order the Camarillo Planning Commission meeting of Tuesday, March 14th. And will Mr. Secretary please call the roll?
Commissioner Davidson. Commissioner Murphy.
Here.
Commissioner Lamone. Here. Vice Chair Edsel.
Here.
Chair Vandermeulen.
Present. And now we'll have Commissioner Lamone lead the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Right hand on your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, our next item is the consent calendar. Do any of you have any questions, comments, or corrections to either of the two items? Okay, then, do I have a motion to approve? Or do we? Yeah.
So
I'll
moved.
move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, please vote. All right, thank you. Next, we have public comments. This is the time for members of the public to present a matter to the Planning Commission which does not appear as a regular item. Do we have any speaker cards? Okay. We did receive one written comment, and this was regarding a possible splash pad in Camarillo, and it was from Laura Penrose. And I think we all received a copy of that to take a look at it. So with that, we will go to public hearings. May I have a staff presentation, please?
Yes, Chair Vandermeulen, our Associate Planner, Mike Sepak, will do the presentation tonight.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Chair Vandermeulen, Vice Chair Edsel. Let me start with saying thank you for braving the weather and joining us here for this presentation. The matter on hand is CUP 424 and CPD 253 Mod 1. The request is to create a new drinking establishment for which a CUP is required in line with the Camarillo Municipal Code Section 1925-040J. Additionally, the applicant is seeking the approval of a major modification for a two-story rear addition to the building as well as some front facade improvements. The project site, outlined here in yellow, is located at 2227 Ventura Boulevard. It is on a 2,995 square foot parcel within the Camarillo Old Town Zone. To the west, there's an orthodontist office, and to the east, there is a retail establishment. The business will serve a variety of drinks, including but not limited to beer and wine, as well as a selection of mixed cocktails. The location will be equipped with a full kitchen, and it's intended that a full menu will be available to the patrons. The applicant provided a sample menu, which includes items such as crab wontons, fish and chips, poke bowls, tacos, and sliders. The project site is an existing commercial building. The current improvement on site was constructed in 1963 prior to the city's incorporation. Therefore, there's currently no planned development permit tied to the site. The location was most recently operating as a fitness studio, and prior to this was utilized as a beauty salon. The existing single-story building is 1,920 square feet in size and sits on a 2,995 square foot lot. The proposal would add a small 482 square foot first and second story 18-foot tall addition. The project scope also includes an 85 square foot trash enclosure and a 466 square foot front patio located in the public right-of-way. The first floor layout shown over here will include 48 interior seats, a bar, a fully equipped kitchen, restroom facilities, storage, and wash facilities. The front patio will benefit from further 39 seats, and the new trash enclosure will be located in the rear of the property. The complete building footprint will amount to 2,252 square feet, and that is inclusive of the trash enclosure. The second story will house a further restroom and some additional storage area, which will amount to about 320, in fact, exactly 320 square feet. The design proposes to utilize the existing alternating peaks and valleys roofline, along with elements of muted color stucco, textured cement board trim, wood and stone, to achieve a cohesive design that marries the appeal of traditional stylistic cues while simultaneously complementing the theme of the establishment. The rear elevation, where the second story addition will be, carries over all of the colors, textures, and materials utilized to the front of the building. Additionally, horizontal articulation is achieved by the second story overhang element, as well as the Juliet balconies accompanying window canopies and decorative cornice element. Finally, jade color decorative window insets are a nod to the tiki theme, whilst still providing an interesting addition of a vibrant color. The color and materials palette shown above showcases a variety of design touches, which, when combined, form a cohesive architectural product that promises to enhance the street scene. Additionally, the proposed design is in line with the General Plan Heritage Zone and Ventura Boulevard design guidelines, the latter of which acknowledges that a variety of colors, textures, materials, and architectural styles should be used as a means of enhancement to the boulevard. Due to its location within half a mile of the Metrolink station, the project is subject to Assembly Bill 2097, which prohibits public agencies from imposing any minimum automobile parking standards. Additionally, based on the Camarillo Municipal Code, the project is not required to provide any loading spaces. In this instance, staff also took the additional steps to notice the project in a 1,500 radius beyond the required 600. This was in addition to the posting at City Hall, city website, publishing in the newspaper, as well as the addition of the site sign. Although the project is not required to provide any parking or off-street parking, the graphic above shows the availability of public parking in the project vicinity. This includes on-street parking on Ventura Boulevard, as well as the old courthouse lot and the lot immediately to the west of the plumbing building. These are all shown here in red. The project was reviewed and deemed categorically exempt from CEQA under the Class 1 exemption. Staff recommend finding that the project is categorically exempt from CEQA and that the approval of CUP 424 and CPD 253 Modification 1. This concludes staff presentation.
Thank you. So do we have any questions, comments? Commissioner Davidson.
Thank you. One of the things and it hasn't come up yet, but one of the things when we talked about was the front where the public seating would be. I noticed in the photo, and it was on yours, it's a railing, but on the drawing here, it's the stone. Which is it going to be? The
fencing is supposed to be wrought iron. The stone is the veneer that is to the front of the building, like wainscot, yes.
Okay, I guess it's hard to see. Thanks.
No problem.
Might pull your mic around towards you a little bit more.
That wasn't even on.
Oh, thank you.
Is mine? It is. Okay. Yes, thank you for the presentation. And just a couple questions here. One is confirmation that the police department was contacted and they added the requirement for condition 43, I believe it is, requiring lighting and security plan for the facility. Is that, I'm just confirming.
That is correct. Police department was consulted. They provided a comment requiring a security plan and a lighting plan, and that is a condition of approval, and the applicant will have to submit that to the police department for their review and approval.
Okay, great. And that no comments have been received from the adjacent businesses or residents on this in the public notice? No?
No comments received.
Okay. All right, that's all I have for staff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Murphy. Any on this side? Commissioner Etzel?
Yes, on the liquor license, I know they have to go through ABC approval, but they need the CUP as a condition for that before they go through that approval? And
That's
then
right. That's
Yeah.
right. Should the applicant apply for an ABC license without the CUP, we would have received communication from the ABC, and we would protest the license until a CUP was obtained.
And then I know they have that new assembly bill where you can't require parking, but the city, besides that, can't be a consideration. Does the city have any concerns about the availability of parking for that in that area?
We don't have any immediate concerns. Obviously, the bill has just come into effect in January this year, so it remains to be seen how this impacts the city, specifically within the half a mile of the transport link.
Yeah. It seems like that there's that across the street, I guess that's public parking, isn't it?
That's correct, at the old
Yeah.
courthouse, yes.
Okay.
Let's see. I think that's all I had for right now.
Okay,
No questions.
thanks, Jen.
I have one more. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Murphy?
This has to do with noise considerations. I see that for live music, there would need to be an application made for live music. That has not yet been done in this application.
No, it has not. The applicant has not indicated that it's something they're willing to pursue, but of course it is an option available to them, and it would be a separate permit, which staff have the ability to condition.
Okay, and that would be done at the director's level, right?
That's right.
And is the same true of outdoor speakers? If outdoor speakers were to be employed, is there a separate permit
There's a-
that's required for that? Or
That's right. There is a condition, well, so one thing to note is that any project like this will be subject to the noise ordinance, no
Right.
matter what it is, whether it's speakers or outdoor TVs or anything like that. Thereafter, we do have a condition requiring the applicant to submit to planning, to community development, any proposal like that for our review.
Okay, all right, thank you then.
On the noise ordinance, you said they'd have to apply for a permit. Is that generally just a one-time permit for all the time following, or do they have special events that they can just periodically file for, like an evening or a week or something like that?
I do believe you can have multiple events under the permit,
Okay.
but of course, we review that when and if such an application comes in. Usually, these will be confined to the interior of the building. And again, we are able to condition those separately. So we would be able to put a condition on it requiring whatever it is that the city sees fit.
Okay. And this was just really kind of a non-important thing that caught my eye, though, when it said for the possibly getting a ride home if needed, the sign would be posted at eyesight level. Okay, so Commissioner Davidson's quite a bit taller than I am, and I'm short. What do they consider eye level?
I would have to look into that a bit more. I would imagine somewhere around 6 foot is enough for most people to be able to read.
Yeah, it's just something that caught me kind of, okay, what is that? The other questions I had have been answered, so with no other questions, we can open the public hearing and bring up the applicant. Pardon? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Felipe Bermudez.
And Pablo Garcia with Onyx Creative Architects.
Thank you. And did you have any comments to add to us, for us for the project?
No, I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. And this was this was actually the first project that we've worked on in downtown. We've very excited about it. I think our clients are very eager to get this project moving along. I think it's going to be a great addition to the community.
Thank you. And then we have one of the clients on phone. If there were any questions, or is that still available if we need it? Yeah. Do any of you have questions on, related to the ABC license? Looks like there's no questions. So,
And the clients are here as well, present. So that was one of our consultants for the ABC license, but the clients are here if they have any questions.
Commissioner Murphy?
Yes, this has to do with the noise considerations again. So these businesses are side by side, right? And I don't know how thick the walls are, but could you give us some understanding of what the noise level will be within your facility? I think there's a orthodontist office next to the business and Revolution on the other side or something like that. If you could give us some idea of how that will.
Thank you, Board of Commissioners. My name is Jamie McBride. As far as any type of noise, the reason why we haven't applied for loud music or live music is because we plan to have traditional Hawaiian-type music being played. The businesses to the right and the left pretty much will be closed by the time we're open because they close early. So we don't intend to have any loud music playing to interfere with any of our neighbors at all.
My name is Eric Allison, and one more comment. Nothing sets my teeth on an edge more than noise and ruckus. I think Jamie and his wife, Deva, all agree that we want a more sophisticated, more relaxed environment, more like a theme park kind of feel, but very tame and quiet and fun.
Okay.
All right, that's reassuring. What will be your hours of operation anticipated?
We're guessing somewhere around maybe open up at 2 p.m. Earlier in the week until probably 10 p.m. And then towards the later in the week into the weekend, possibly like on Saturday and Sunday, it'd be 11 o'clock to maybe midnight is what we're anticipating.
All right.
And our goal, to be honest with you, is we're very excited about this. We think this is going to bring a lot more people down to Old Town Camarillo. Our hopes is also bring other businesses down once they see that we're successful in what we're going to do and make this a destination point. We think that that's something that's needed here in Camarillo, and we're excited about it. I know we have a large tiki community in Los Angeles, and I know that my wife and I and our friends, we take Ubers to LA and we hit the different tiki bars, and I'm hoping that people now will come down here and also visit the other tiki bar in Ventura, because now they have a couple down here in Ventura County. That's our hopes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I don't see any other questions coming up. Do we have any public comments, any public cards on this item? No. Okay, then we can close the public hearing. May we have the architectural review report, please?
Yes, Mr. CPAC gave us a very nice presentation of the architectural features of this application. The challenge was to keep the zigzag form in front, and which is along the tiki theme, and still be able to incorporate the elements of the heritage zone. So the color scheme is a muted Spanish Mediterranean style. Spanish Mediterranean style. It has muted earth tones, multi-textures, and accent color. And so we felt that it does meet the heritage zone requirements and the commercial design guidelines. So we recommend to the Planning Commission approval of the architectural element of this application.
Thank you. Any questions? Call for approval.
Resolution number PC 2023-9, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Camarillo approving a request by House of Bamboo Incorporated for a conditional use permit for the on-site sale of beer, wine, and distilled spirits, and a major modification to a commercial plan development permit to modify existing improvements located at 2227 Ventura Boulevard within Camarillo Old Town Zone, further described as CUP 424 and CPD 253M1.
Mr. Assistant Director, I don't believe the Planning Commission has made a motion yet.
Well, I was going to make a motion to waive further reading and vote for adoption.
Okay. Then please vote. Okay, and that's all five approving. So Any other additional, no, there are no other discussion items. Can we have a director's report, please?
Yes, I just have a couple of items tonight. I just want to, again, remind the Planning Commission that we have our Planning Commission Academy coming up here at the end of the month, so we're excited to see everyone attend that training. And then we do have items tracking for our next several meetings, so we do plan on having meetings for April 4th, April 18th, and May 2nd. And if you want to go one more, May 16th, too.
Excuse me. Okay. Any closing comments from commissioners? Okay. Then with that, we are adjourned.